Fire. Let them come now. Fire. Let them come now.
The history of NBA basketball in New Orleans is an illustrious one. A history that commenced with the move to the Crescent City in 2002 after 14 years in Charlotte. From the days of Jamal Mashburn and Baron Davis lighting up the scoreboard. To the devastation that forced the team to Oklahoma City.
Tyson Chandler wins the opening tip. They're underway from Oklahoma City. Page the score. Yakovich is on fire.
Then came the reign of Chris Paul and the franchise's first division title.
There you go. What a masterful move by Chris Paul.
And finally, the rise of Drew Holiday and Anthony Davis, which began with a name and logo change.
Three ball for Drew. Yes! Clutch! You can celebrate, New Orleans. The Pels have their first playoff sweep in team history.
But with all history, new generations are born, and the old must move on. This generation features a rim-rocking superstar. A do-it-all scorer.
That's a deep one. Gets it. Ingram on the run.
A passer whose vision knows no bounds.
Pass by Lonzo Ball. Beautiful. Jackson Hayes. Sweet setup, Lonzo Ball.
And a new man in charge with a winning pedigree. Now, it's time for a new era of Pelicans basketball.
Exciting times for all of us in the Big Easy. A lot to look forward to with this young Pelican squad and new leadership. And welcome back to the Smoothie King Center once again. Joel Nyslov with Antonio Daniels' first matchup with a division opponent. As they have introduced not only the starting five, and I like it, AD, everybody that's on the roster has been introduced. So it might be only 750, an intimate gathering here tonight. But they're making it like it's a packed house and everybody's on their feet. This is a sweet moment. Now, the starting five coming out for the Pels. In the backcourt, of course, Lonzo Ball. And let's see if the starting backcourt is on target.
Number 5.
Because this is their gym now. The shooting background is all theirs. It was not a great shooting night for the starting backcourt in Miami. The newest addition to the Pels, along with Eric Bledsoe, is a difference maker. And AD, you and I have talked about Steven Adams. We know what Zion's going to bring, and it's only going to get better with the way he has played over the first two games. You can tell the confidence, the way he's imposing his presence on the game itself. So Brandon Ingram, face of the franchise, along with Zion. Those are the two, the core pieces that you're building around. Everything else falls into place. And let's face it, that's what Pop did in San Antonio, didn't he?
It's nice because, you talked earlier when we were talking about the San Antonio Spurs about what it looks like to build organically. And when you draft somebody with the potential of a Zion Williamson that gives you that opportunity to build around that young superstar, then you go out and get a Brandon Ingram who has completely recreated himself into one of the better players in this league. The future is extremely, extremely bright. And then, as I said after the first game, if you're a New Orleans Pelicans fan, you should be extremely excited about this team right now and the future of this organization.
Well, and it's a brief stay at home because then the Pels hit the road. Now our Verizon 5G starting 5 officially. You'll see the matchups as well with the Spurs because the Spurs have balance as Lonzo, Eric Bledsoe, B.I., Zion, and Steven Adams go up against Lonnie Walker, DeJounte Murray, DeMar DeRozan, Keldon Johnson, and LaMarcus Aldridge. In each of the first 2 of the Spurs, all 5 starters have been in double figures. Not only that, but they had 6 in double figures last night, close to 7. Rudy Gay only took 6 shots. He had 8 points, so they would have had 7. And then in the first game, speaking of balance, they had 7 in double figures. Every starter had at least 16. They really share the basketball. They move it around. And pace, it's totally different for San Antonio, isn't it?
Yeah, and you talk about the pace. That's going to end up being one of my keys. As a matter of fact, that's going to be my second key. But the first key tonight for me is, clock in from the jump. Let me put some context to that. Against the Miami Heat, you gave up 66 points in the first half and only 45 in the second half. The moment that ball's thrown up today, be ready to go. Don't find yourself chasing the game. You have to expand a lot of energy to get back in the game against good basketball teams. Clock in from the jump. Number 2, transition defense. Partner, you just spoke on the pace of the San Antonio Spurs. They're averaging 125 points in their first 2 games. You got to get back and set your defense.
Curtis Blair will toss it up, and it's good to have you with us on Fox Sports New Orleans. The Pels control it, have it to start the 4th. FanDuel has given us our keys to the game going into this matchup, and this is an important game. This is kind of a statement for the Pels on their home floor. Zion with Steven Adams. Good hands. Adams had it tapped away as they defended the rim. But he held on to the basketball, and that was a hot one coming from Zion. DeMar DeRozan, he always gets to the free throw line. Now he finds Keldon Johnson. He's averaged 14 over the first 2 games. So Keldon Johnson in the starting lineup. First-round pick last year, 29th overall out of Kentucky. Equalizer, Bledsoe stays out after a pop down and out. DeJounte Murray clears it away. He's got to feel really good. Last night he had his first career triple-double. Another guy that was taken 29th overall by San Antonio. This is 4 years ago. Aldridge is shooting threes regularly now. And that was not his game. Well, let's face it, a few years ago, but his spacing, it's different. Steven Adams did a good job just to corral that one. Brandon Ingram, it works. It's all even at 3.
Similar to the, I don't know if it's a Miami game or Toronto game, I believe. I love when B.I. knocks down his first shot. It does something to your confidence to see that first one go in, especially from 3.
He also got to the free throw line a lot in the first quarter. This guy always gets to the free throw line. DeMar DeRozan had 15 attempts. Johnson all the way to the cup. Nice take by the second-year player out of Kentucky. He only got into 17 games last year. But they could tell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they could tell. They're investing in him big time. Lonzo tees it up. Very short. And Keldon Johnson has it. The young man with the basketball had 2 games of 20 or more. And that's the first time that a rookie has done that for San Antonio since 2011. They don't get a lot of run in San Antonio, do they?
No. You're going to definitely have to earn your stripes there.
It's LaMarcus Aldridge, the good close by Steven Adams. The last guy to do that before Keldon Johnson, Gary Neal, you might remember. Good spin by Zion. Against the smaller man, but Keldon Johnson did a good job, held his ground. 10 on the shot clock.
See, now, when you play the Spurs, you have to understand, and that's a great play by Steven Adams, because what happens is LaMarcus Aldridge is on the weak side helping on Zion, so if you're Steven, you set that screen, there's no one to come and help on that pick and roll action with Lonzo.
I know the analytics guys don't like that shot,
I love it.
I really like his mid-range game. Keldon Johnson, or make it DeJounte Murray, rather, in the corner.
And you know what? To speak to what you just said about Lonzo, he had 17 field goal attempts in the first 2 games. 16 of them were from the three-point line. So I love the fact he needs some balance to his offense. Everything does not have to be a 3. I love him getting the in-between aspect of his game back on track.
Good close. Johnson, though, gets into the paint. Now you're in scramble mode. DeJounte Murray for 3. And the Pels have it surrounded. So a totally different look for San Antonio because they're going to push the pace.
Look at the amount of help that LaMarcus Aldridge is. He's basically playing center field.
Nice mid-range by Eric Bledsoe. Yeah, LaMarcus Aldridge, well, he's never been a lockdown guy, so he's playing a little free safety now.
Yes.
Bledsoe up against it. The size belongs to DeMar DeRozan.
You know, San Antonio's defensive scheme, it hasn't changed much. They still do the same exact thing that they did to a certain degree back in '99 when I was there playing. They want to force you baseline and bring someone from the baseline side.
Right, push you to the baseline all the time.
And you see the help will come from the baseline side, from LaMarcus Aldridge.
On the spin, Zion doesn't get the roll, doesn't get the whistle, as the Pels still look for their first lead of the game. Sizing things up. An incredible mid-range guy in DeMar DeRozan. And Aldridge took his time, didn't he?
Yes, very patient.
LaMarcus Aldridge, a 35-year-old from Dallas. And a three-point lead early for San Antonio. On the run-out, I like it. Lonzo didn't get the rolls, gets the board, though. Right back at it. I really like it now. Good activity inside.
Again, add some balance to your game. You don't always have to bail out defenses by launching three-point shots. Put a little pressure on them. Put your head down. Get to the rim sometimes. You'll be rewarded for that.
All 8 of his shots last game were 3
All
points. And 3 points. It's going to be kicked, they say. With put 14 back up with the shot clock. A very entertaining first 5 minutes. Pels have lost 4 straight games to San Antonio, and that's why I said this is significant, because they're in your division.
Like this, you catch somebody closing out really hard, you attack the rim.
And Alonzo's a big guard.
Yes, play strong. You're 6'7". I like it.
It'll be Lonnie Walker, blocked by Ingram, saved by Ingram. Second effort. Now, can you get a lead? Early lead. It'll be Ingram coming up short. And Murray kept it away from Williamson. Good job on the glass. Loses it. And a turnover. DeJounte Murray a little too fast for his own good. He's a really long guard.
Yes,
You and I
he is.
watched him warm up. He's all arms and legs. Gonna be Eric Bledsoe. Good look. Zion, good position. And knocked out of bounds. The work inside pays off for the Pels and Zion because they're trying to get their first lead when we come back, and they got a second chance.